Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here, and ultimately, of course, thank you so much for gracing your presence here on my channel. I truly appreciate you stopping by and choosing me to be entertainment for today. Alright guys, let's get into it. Starting a business with the right mindset. How interesting, how complicated that it can be sometimes. Because for me, having two businesses and working a full-time job, or just, you know, doing what I gotta do to survive in this world, it's definitely difficult. But I wouldn't say difficult, because anything can be done, right? Anything can be done if you set your mind to it. But it definitely can be challenging in a sense that you have so many different ideas that you're trying to put everything to match each other. You're trying to put everything together. You're trying to make it cohesive to where it makes sense. So for me, what I've learned thus far, again, I'm not an expert, I'm not a business expert, but I know what I know based off of my experiences. So when starting a business with the right mindset, basically all I'm saying is going in intentionally, okay? Going into your business knowing what you're going to sell, knowing what service you're going to provide, knowing what outcome you want to get from it, knowing how many products you want, knowing what grand scale of services are you going to provide or can you give to your target audience. So sometimes that is hard to do or hard to figure out, because you have so many different ideas, you have so many different projects in mind, you have so many different campaigns that you want to do, and sometimes it doesn't seem like it's coming together because everything is at a starting place. So how do we get to that place where we're in the right mindset to start and lead in our businesses? Well, I'd say definitely taking out a planner and taking out a notepad helps. The reason why you want to take out a planner, is so that you're on schedule and that you can keep up with yourself and keep up with your mentality, your mindset. Because you could be thinking so far ahead, but you're still at square one and you don't know how to get to that far ahead place, and you're gonna feel like in a place of stuck, or like you can't get anywhere because your mind is going further than you are. So having a planner is good to schedule out the things that you would like to do, schedule out things that you can do, and schedule out things that have already been done. So having a planner just means that, okay, if I'm gonna schedule out a business meeting, I'm gonna schedule it out for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like have a schedule, a routine in mind. Routines are awesome to have when starting or leading in your business, because the more consistent you are with your business, the more your business is consistent with you. The more your revenue is consistent, the more your outcome, your clients are consistent, because you're consistent as well. So sometimes you have to have that planner to say, okay, I'm going to do something on Tuesday, I'm going to do this on Wednesday, or I'm going to do this on Friday, or I'm going to take Mondays off, or however it is for you. Go in it with the right routine, the right set that you want, that works for you. And then of course you want to have your notepad handy. You want to have your notepad handy because this is where you're going to jot down your ideas. This is where you're going to jot down realistic ideas versus brainstorming ideas, and realistic ideas that you can have for your business. And when you compare the two, you can see what you can work with. So one of my realistic ideas, well, let me back up. One of the brainstorms that I had for my beauty business was to sell a whole line of products right off the bat. That was a brainstorming idea. But a realistic idea says, hey, can you afford a whole line of products right now that you don't have a financial financial assistance, is it logical to have a whole line of products that you probably won't be able to keep up with, especially at a large scale? And will it be too overwhelming for your target audience? So sure, having everything, at once sometimes is good, but also at other times it can be chaotic, because sometimes people won't know where to focus or where you're going with your business, and it'll even be harder for you to project what you want and the outcome that you want to receive. Am I making sense? Are you following? So a realistic idea would be, okay, well, I'm gonna have one product to sell and let that be my main focus. If I want to do lipsticks right off the bat, then I'm gonna have a collection of 4 or 6, and then every season I have a different collection, or I have a different collection of lipsticks. So it's the same thing that goes for services. You can't provide an extreme amount of services right off the bat and think that you're gonna get it all done with just you by yourself. Now if you have a team of people, that's different. Because then you can set roles and positions for those people. But when you're coming fresh out of your pocket, starting your business, when you're coming, just fresh out of your mind, with starting a business, and you're the only person that's working your business, having an extreme amount of services that you're providing is probably not realistic. It's definitely a good brainstorming idea, because you would want that in the future to bring in multiple streams of income. Because let's say you're selling real estate, or you're flipping houses. One stream of income could be that you're flipping the houses, selling the houses. Also another income could be that you're staging the houses to present to your public. Another income could be that you're cleaning the houses, getting money to clean those houses. So do you see where I'm going? You have and then you can also have an income to where showing the houses, like how much would you charge to show the houses, for people to come in and look around, and however the case may be. So you can definitely have multiple streams of income within your business, but providing an extreme amount of service right off the bat is probably not realistic, just you by yourself, unless you believe and so help you can do it. Okay, that's up to you, but I'm just speaking in realistic terms. You by yourself running multiple businesses and trying to provide multiple services is going to be a headache for you, and it's probably going to stress you out, and you're probably not going to enjoy it as much as you went into this thing thinking that, hey, I'm doing this with a passion, I'm going to enjoy what I like to do, so let me do that first. A realistic idea would start with just simple services that you can provide, that doesn't need a lot of people, doesn't need a lot of work to do from the outside, but something that you can do maybe inside of your home, or at a coffee shop if you're meeting a client, or things like that. Simple things that you can do. So going into your business with the right mindset is mostly just being realistic about your goals, being realistic about what you can do, what you can provide, and stick to that. Also, you definitely want to budget. That's another big thing, because with me and my beauty business, I have sampled so many different products, and when you're sampling products, that's not, that's still money coming out of your pocket, especially if you're getting it from different places that have to ship to you. That's also another fee that you have to pay for. So you definitely want to have a budget, instead of like saying, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, and before you know it, your pockets are 1,000 deep. Like you spent 1,000 and something money on product or on things that you wish you could do, and it doesn't turn out that way, because in reality, if you're spending more than what you're making, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna end up broke. So you have to go into your business with the right mindset. Provide the service that you can provide right off the bat. Sell what you can at minimum, so you don't go crazy spending, so you don't overwhelm your audience, and so that it's likable to be consistent throughout your business. Because remember, you don't have to do everything at once. A business is supposed to grow at each level. So if you're at the beginning level like myself, you don't have to know everything. That's another thing I want to bring up. You don't have to know everything about your business to start a business. Sometimes just getting your foot in the door, just getting your foot out the window, you see these little things I'm coming up with, but just getting yourself out there is enough, because you learn as you go. You're not gonna, even if you're expert, like I'm an expert at writing, I say, because I've done it for so long and I've done so much of it. But even the experts don't know everything, because life evolves, life change, different things, different concepts become anew. So you have to be constantly learning. And there's something that I learned in one of my classes, is that if you're not always learning in your business or in your career field, you're falling behind. You're one step, maybe 1,000 steps behind. So always be learning. Whether you're cooking food, or you're providing a service to people, or you're selling things, or you're doing hair, or you're singing at different gigs, whatever it is. I forgot what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying. I'm sorry. Let me think. Well, that thought went out the window. But I hope you understand what I was trying to say. Like, whatever it is, just be realistic and have goals in mind, and don't overwhelm yourself with just one thought or just with one thing. Like, spread yourself, lay out your business, have a plan. One thing I cannot stress enough is having a plan with your business. Plan things out. Make it to where it's relatable to you. Make it to where you can actually achieve these plans or these goals that you have in mind, so that way you don't fall by the wayside. I remember what I was saying. Even if you're an expert at whatever you're doing, you always want to be learning so that you can be one step ahead of the game. Okay? So, again, go into your business with the right mindset. Don't overspend. Of course, you got to spend money to make money, but that doesn't mean break your money in pieces to where you can't pay your rent or you can't pay your bills. Be logical, be realistic about your dreams, because when you're too far ahead, now I'm not telling you don't dream big, because if you're not dreaming big enough and it doesn't scare you, you're doing something wrong. But if it is scaring you, and if you are dreaming big, then of course you're doing something right. But when you're actually implementing these practices and you're implementing these strategies into your business, you want to make sure it's realistic, so that other people can not only reciprocate that energy, but it be translated well. Because in your mind, you can be like, oh yeah, but to other people, it can be like, huh, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that, yes, it makes sense to you, but also makes sense to other people, because initially that's how you're going to bring in your revenue, by other people buying into your business, buying into your services. So I hope this helps with anything that you got going on. I'm here to share with you any experiences, anything that I've learned or have just been practicing thus far, because we're all in this together. Like I always say, if we're not helping each other grow, we're depleting our human race, and that's something that's sad to see in this world today, especially with everything going on. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you stopping by, guys. And if you like this video, of course, like this video for me, give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave, because I would love to see your lovely face here back again. Alright guys, sip tea, fine wine, and I'll talk to you another time.